senior, picking up at the rear of the field.
And also in that radical-looking green car, that is Ryan Bird, East Long Meadow, the Ripper.
Lights are off on the safety vehicle at the point. If you just joined us, good evening on behalf of Team Stafford and welcome to the show. They head down the back straightaway. This is our second feature in tonight's program. An added bonus is fireworks in the air, plus the excitement under the lights to witness in the competition the Junior Outlaw feature event and the Senior Champ Cars. Monday night racing comes to Stafford for Friday night competition. Here they come, man, off turn number 4. Double greens in the air from Mike Helberg, and it is Marcello Rufrano making some noise at the front of the field.
He is looking now the way he looked last year. Has the upper hand. Ryan Fern making it happen on the inside as he tries to jackknife his way underneath Rufrano, but it's not happening right now.
It certainly isn't. On the outside, Dembeck goes in hard, gets on the brakes. You saw some smoke there. And now Johnny Walker, the Dunleavy's machine, now moves into the third spot. Meanwhile, Alexandra Fern makes her presence known. Car number 2, the Safeco machine, is now being pressured by Dembeck. Byers is back to life, and the 74 of Brandon Michael also is a big factor here.
And right behind him is Tyler Trott in car number 11. So all the big heavyweights are trying to get to the front, including Ryan Fern, as he had an opportunity underneath Rufrano, but Marcello quickly closes the door.
The story of the points in the Dare Stocks is Brandon Michael leads by 4 over Trace Beyer and Johnny Walker, Tyler Trott, and Ryan Fern. So the battle of the points is right there in front of us, Matt, at the front of the field. Single file, top 3, heading down into turn number 1. Marcello Rufrano still is the leader, but stepping out of line, it's Walker with the 01, pulls it back into formation. Here comes Byers. He's all over Alexandra Fern.
Best battle on the track right now is between Brandon Michael in the yellow 74 and the 11 of Tyler Trott in the jet car at the front of the field, pestering the back bumper of Rufrano like he has for the last 4 laps has been Ryan Fern. And now looking to make a move is Johnny Walker as he tries to Jenny Craig his way underneath Ryan Fern.
You bet. It's the Dunleavy truck and trailer machine. Slingshot move to the inside. Going, gone. Meanwhile, it is the Fern brother and sister act that is battling for the 3rd and the 4th spot. While that's been happening, the Byers machine is slowly but surely, confidently working its way among the top 5 cars. Dembeck is there. The point leader, Brandon Michael, the 74, is hunted down by Tyler Trott. Back up front, Marcello Rufrano, who's been getting stronger every week, but has come shy of a victory in 2016, will tonight be the night.
You know, a driver who is doing a great job, Alexander Fern in car number 12. You can see that car in the corners moving around like a bobblehead doll, and she is able to keep it under control. So she is doing an outstanding job.
Certainly is, and Walker literally reeled in on the back bumper of Marcello Rufrano down the back straightaway. Coming off the turn, they are nose to tail, bump drafting like they're running at NHIS. Believe it or not, it is still Marcello Rufrano. But watch down the back straightaway, Mac. Here's where Walker's car comes on. Look at him reel him in. Gives him a little smooch, no love affair there. But first and second have a dogfight battle, and the 3... Oh! Marcello Rufrano gets out of shape and goes around as the leader. The caution
from the Junior Outlaws all the way to the SK Modifieds. Mike Christopher Jr. has accomplished that.
Sure can, Matt. And, of course, there's a lot of other stories as well. A lot of the drivers that were front-running drivers, like Scott Foster, competed here at Stafford. He is in the senior champ division there and looks very strong in his qualifying. Tim Sullivan, big factor, ran in the Thompson Modified division, had a lot of success at Thompson, competing in the SK Modifieds as well. He is the big dog to beat. He's the guy that's got the price tag on his head, and he is, you know, they talk about Matt Hirschman being big money Matt. I think Tim Sullivan is big money Tim.
He's gone all over the East Coast to get that buddy.
Well, lights are off, safety vehicle at the point. It dives to the infield. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back under green.
And moving in front is Johnny Walker in car number 01. So the Black Label Kid is on a mission. The Fern family is trying to swallow him up.
And Alexandra Fern just gave her brother the old 1-2 punch as she worked her way into second. She's not done yet. Alexandra Fern up on the high side, challenging Walker as they come back to the line. Alexandra Fern up on the wheel, and it is Alexandra Fern in a power move to take over the number 1 position.
Very few drivers love the outside groove in the dare stocks better than Alexandra Fern does. Now Ryan Fern is trying to get around the 0-1 of Johnny Walker. He is about halfway there, and Walker is trying to hold him back, and he is able to do it. Remember, Dembeck was smoking a little while ago. He has moved up into the top 4.
He certainly has, and Brandon Michael, the point leader, sets in the 5th position just in front of Byers. 2 points for every position. That's a real battle. And all of a sudden, Zach Robinson is good. Now,
trouble for Ryan Fern.
Oh, he got out of shape. It cost Dembeck 1, 2, maybe 3 positions because all of a sudden, Zach Robinson is glued to the inside of Dembeck. It looks like Dembeck might have a tire or something going down because Zach Robinson is trying to move into the top 5. And Matt, he's almost there.
And Fern is having big-time difficulties. It's like that car had a sneezing attack, and now he is just trying to keep it together. Alexandra Fern, however, has a pretty substantial lead over the 0-1 of Johnny Walker, the Dunleavy's truck and trailer repair car. And Brandon Michael, the point leader, is not giving up. He knows he is going to get an attack over the final 6 laps from Trey Spire.
There's no question about it. Brandon Michael has done a masterful job of coming through traffic. He's running for the points, running for success, and he moves into the 3rd position. Meanwhile, Marcello Rafrano, his Achilles heel tonight is right there on the racetrack.
Putting up a $350 bonus. So, some good money on the line. You know what happens when the money is on the line? The drivers usually shine.
They certainly do, and we already saw an example of that. Good to see Glenn Meisenhelder. His dad raced for me many years ago, very successfully, and the number 4, synonymous with that family, Glenn was one of the first drivers from New England to ever run a Southern Cup-style event. And he was very successful and very good at it, by the way.
And a lot of people don't even know that. He lives in Agawam, Mass.
Yep.
And he is one of the best kept secrets, I think, in New England.
Yep.
A great driver who never gets that much credit for what he accomplished.
The green flag is out, and now cashing in the credit department is 2 competitors. It's kind of like watching the battle of the sexes. It's the Alexandra Fern on the inside as she is trying to hold off Johnny Walker on the outside. Then it's the story of the points. Brandon Michael and Trace Byers on the outside. And look at Zach Robinson. He's showing it was no fluke that he won a couple of weeks back.
Because he is holding off 2 fast guys behind him. Tyler Trott and Dan Dembeck. At the front of the field, Alexandra Fern starting to pull away. But second is a barn burner. Walker on the outside. Brandon Michael. And that gold number 74 as he is trying to stomp his way into second place.
With the skill of a surgeon, he has come to the front of the field. And who's going to be the tail that wags the dog now? It is Zach Robinson.
What a move by Robinson.
Robinson moves from 3rd into 2nd, and his fans are loving it down front. Meanwhile, they're side-by-side racing for the 3rd spot, and all of a sudden, Dembeck, who's been in the middle of this excitement throughout the early laps, 15. If it was a normal Friday night event, it would be over with now, but there is 1 mile left, and Alexander Fern's the leader. Look at Dembeck. His car gets a caffeine twitch, Matt, as he goes around, and Tyler Trott goes spinning underneath the Camerata sign.
Boy, we have seen more spinning tonight than on an episode of Dancing with the Stars. It's become spinning
of Brandon Michael, because now he's back up near the podium again. And, of course, points are on his mind, Matt. He needs to finish ahead of Trace Byers. That's how close all of this is. And what about Marcello Rafrano? He's back in the top 6.
Yeah. Now, who are the 2 happiest guys that this is an extra distance race? I would have to say Tyler Trott and Dan Dembeck, because they're at the rear of the field. On a normal Friday night, the race would be over. they have a chance to gain some positions.
They sure do. Here they come. Off turn number 4. Green flag is back out. Wheel to wheel. Alexandra Fern tries to hold on. Zach Robinson on the outside. They swing into turn number 2. Alexandra Fern still digging in. Here comes Johnny Walker. 3 cars under a blanket. Deep into turn 3, Matt. Make it 6 cars. White flag is out. No surrendering at the point.
A resurrection for Johnny Walker as he tries to move into the top 2, and he does. As he darts underneath Robinson. Here comes Brandon Michael to try to get back on the podium. He is trying to be able to pull off the move, and look at Alexandra Fern. She is going to have to deal with Johnny Walker for 2 more turns.
There's no question about it. They thunder back to the line. Alexandra Fern has done it. With a power move to the outside, she'll take down the win. Johnny Walker to finish in 2nd. Brandon Michael, the point leader, for 3rd, unofficially.
Okay, very happy Alexandra Fern coming out of the number 12 car. Man, this thing was a rocket ship tonight. You survived an outside pass, which isn't easy here at Stafford, plus a couple of restarts. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm very proud of this. I'm really excited to be here. We worked really hard in this car. This is technically our 3rd win this year, so I'm really proud of that. This is something that I wanted to do for a while, obviously. We finished 3rd 2 weeks ago, 2nd last week, so I mean 1st comes next.
Well, how do you get that outside lane working like you do? It's pretty tough, especially against a guy like Johnny Walker.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why everyone thinks it's so hard. Stafford has 2 groups, contrary to popular belief. But anyways, so I can't thank my dad and my car owner Armadale enough. They work so hard on this car. It's amazing how competitive we are every week lately. I just can't thank them enough. I can't thank Safeco Foam, Sunoco Race Fuels, Route Auto Machine, Waddell Communications, Napa, Stafford, all of them for everything that they do. I'm really grateful to be here.
There she is, folks, Alexandra Fern. She puts the number 12 car into victory lane, and I'll tell you what, that was a great race as she put on a great show for the race fans. We're going to go over and talk to our next 2 finishers with John Delfino.
Thanks, John. I'm here with Johnny Walker, driver of the 01. Johnny, you know, you haven't been out here in a while. How does it feel to get back on the podium?
It feels real good here. I'm starting to miss you, John. Yeah, that was quite a race. We were kind of like a pinball out there. I felt like a little bit like dirt track racing. But my crew chief told me I had a perfectly set of matched right side tires on the car. So I think that's what got me in the 2nd. I got to thank my sponsors, Dunleavy's Truck and Trailer Repair. And my crew, my girlfriend Monica, and the whole Turn 4 crew over there. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Johnny. Now coming in after congratulating Johnny, our 3rd place finisher of the 74, Brandon Michael. Brandon, it was a really rough race out there tonight, a lot of spinning. How was the track and what got you up to 3rd?
The track was real rough. We had a real good car earlier today, but it changed drastically, and I mean, it was a really bad push. I'm surprised I ended up where I was. I gave it all I had. Car was running real hot, so we were down on power, and we've been fighting that all year. We'll be back next week fixing that. I got to apologize to getting into Johnny. Honestly, didn't even know the race was over. I was so worried about just trying to get to the front. I got to thank my crew and everyone else that helps out on this car and makes this possible every year. I got to thank all my sponsors, Gary Connecticut Lawn Care, Bedrock Farm, Tradesman in New England, Hub International Insurance, Whip City Cleaning. Rich is here tonight. Got to thank them for coming down. I got to thank my boss from Bovats Power Equipment. They came down and supported me tonight. Seems like every time they come, I get a podium, but I can't get a win for them. So we'll come at it next week and see what we can do.
Congratulations, Brandon. Back up to you guys in the tower.
Well, congratulations. Good.